Hello! Today's video is all about the order of operations, and this relates to when we've got a question to solve, what order we do our operations, and it can cause a lot of confusion. There's an easy way to remember what you need to do. Let's have a look. At school, a lot of people's experience of the order of operations is being taught BIDMAS or BIDMAS. Whether you were taught BIDMAS or BIDMAS does seem to be an age thing. Unfortunately, I was taught BIDMAS, which shows I'm a little bit older than some of my learners. In both of these methods, you will get the same result. So as long as you pick the one that you understand, that is the one you should go for. So all of the letters in these words refer to the order in which you should do your operation when doing a maths question. The B stands for brackets. So we do whatever's in the brackets first, followed by the indices. Now, it's a debate with BIDMAS whether O stands for order or over, or I can understand why they changed it because actually lots of people didn't really understand what the O stood for. Essentially, it means if you're asked to square or cube, or you're asked to do some sort of operation to that number, usually it's a square or a cube. D stands for division. M, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So this is the order in which we should approach a question. I'm now going to model how we would use BIDMAS to answer a question. Here we have a question that requires us to use BIDMAS to answer it. So some people will see these questions and they panic, and the key thing is make sure you've got BIDMAS or BIDMAS in your head. In an exam, if you're sitting functional skills, you are allowed to have some paper to make notes on. You write this down. Learn those letters, write them down, and then you know exactly what you need to do. So looking at this question and looking at BIDMAS, I can see I've got brackets. So I'm going to answer what is inside those brackets first. And inside those brackets, I have got 4 squared take away 8. Again, this is where I'm going to go back to BIDMAS. So I'm in the brackets, but I've got another BIDMAS situation going on. What do I need to do first? I need to do the 4 squared. So I am going to go in with 9 plus 4 squared. So if we square a number, times it by itself, 4 times 4 is 16. Take away 8. I know that double 8 is 16. So if you take 8 away from 16, it is 8. So this equals 9 plus 8. The brackets are broken and that's done. And that leaves me with the final bit. What is 9 plus 8? It is 17. How was that? Did you find that hard? If you did, don't worry. It takes practice. If you're not sure, rewind it, watch me through doing that again, and look at how I use BIDMAS to answer it. Let's go on to the next question. Okay, question number 2. We have 5 plus 7 in the bracket, squared, take away 4. Now, again, it looks confusing because there's lots of things going on there, but I'm going to refer to BIDMAS and it's going to help me. I know the rules of BIDMAS say brackets first. So I've got 5 plus 7 here, and I can see I've got to square it. So whatever I've got in here will have to be squared. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 squared take away 4 is what that's now turned into because I've broken my bracket. Okay, 12 squared, 12 times 12, 144. Always about the times tables, these questions. Okay, 144 take away 4 gives me an answer of 140. There we go. So that one's done again. Key thing was I did my brackets first, then I did my indices, then I moved on. So it's taking it step by step and taking it slowly. Right, we're going to have a go at another one now, but I want you to have a go at it before I do. So the questions are going to start getting harder now. Have a look at this one, apply the rules of BIDMAS and have a go. Pause the video and see what answer you come out with, and then when you press play you'll get to see me work it out. Okay, pause. Right, so if you've had a go at pausing, see if you do it the same way I do. If you haven't, see if this would have gone the same way you would have done it. Okay, so we're following the rules of BIDMAS. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the numbers that are in the brackets. So we have 3 squared minus 2 multiply, and what's going on in here? 81 divided by 9. I know 9 times 9 is 81, so if you divide 81 by 9, you get 9. Okay, 3 squared minus 2 times 9. Next rule, indices. I've got a squared 3 here, so I'm going to do that. 3 times 3 is 9. So the question now turns into 9, take away 2, multiplied by 9. For a question of this difficulty, you would not have a calculator, so I hope you're not using one at the moment. Okay, so following back to BIDMAS, subtraction comes last, multiplication comes before then, so we're going to do the multiplication first. 2 times 9, which is 18, and it now becomes 9 take away 18. Some people, if they didn't follow those rules, would go 9 take away 2 times 9, which would be 7 times 9, you get the answer 56, and this would not be right. You'd be told that that answer was wrong. So 9 take away 18 is going to take us into a negative numbers. So we take off our first 9 to get us to 0, and then take off another 9. We get the answer minus 9. Okay? Hope you found that one okay. Hope it wasn't too challenging. We've now got one final challenge. This is a question I've not talked to you about yet. In these questions you have a fraction design, and you have this over this. This is a way of using division. What we recommend when it comes to questions like this is treat the top and the bottom of the fractions as if they're wrapped in brackets. Just imagine there are invisible brackets going on here that you've got to solve these first before you can then do that division. Okay, now I've told you that, have a go at it. Pause your video and try. Okay, are you ready to have a go? Let's go for it then. So, as I said, treat them as they're both as if they're brackets. So I'm going to go for the top one first. And we've got 7 multiplied by 6, take away 12. So applying the rules of BIDMAS, sorry, showing my age again. Multiplication must come first. 7 times 6 is 42. So we're ending up here with 42, take away 12, which gives us the answer 30. So the top half of my equation is 30. Okay, we've now got 5 squared, subtract 10. Following the rules, I've got to do that indices first. So that's going to be 25, and then it turns into 25 take away 10, which is 15. So what we're ending up with here is 30 over 15. We can also write this as 30 divided by 15. I know that 30 divided by 15 is 2. Most people, when they have to do a question like that, can work in 15s because it's how we tell the time. You know that there's 2 15-minute slots in 30 minutes. So I know 30 divided by 15 is 2. So the answer to that very complicated question there is 2. If you got to that one, well done. If you're still not sure, do make sure you talk to your tutor about it. Watch these ones back, slow it down a bit, and remember, with BIDMAS, it's a case of just taking it step by step. I'll see you next time.